there's a recent wave of discoveries of ancient Vedic technology that has existed. They say it's recent, but actually, since I was little, I've heard about these things that, discovered this. I remember watching old programs when I was little, where these magic weapons go from one side to the other, and people would say, they're studying these weapons in advanced labs to try and replicate them. So this idea that there's something fascinating in the past, there's something fascinating in the past history that we don't have access to, and now we've just discovered it, has existed for a long time. It's nothing new. People have always been fascinated. I was fascinated when I was new, exploring this realm of yoga, meditation. I was like so fascinated to uh, towns where this kind of knowledge was easily accessible. I remember reading the ancient texts and being like, wow, they knew the earth was round. They knew that they had planes that could fly thousands and thousands of years ago. So it is fascinating because we're all actually coming from a greedy state of mind of wanting power and control. And anywhere that seems accessible and within reach, we feel attracted to it. Actually, inherent in your question is the word discovery. Human beings have discovered ancient Vedic technology. And that's the key word you need to meditate on. These things have always existed. This is not something new a scientist has invented or created. It's just all existed. Krishna has created this amazing world, and he explains in there, Vibhuti Mat Sattva, every living entity has a special kind of power. Like a bird can dive from a high altitude and grab a fly in the air, or a little small bird in the air. But for you to calculate the physics of it, like exactly it's very difficult. But the bird has it perfectly packaged in it. So this is actually the Vedic scientific system, as Srila Prabhupada, our teacher, he explained, is Shri Guru Parampara, meaning you learn to hear from the right authority, the right kind of knowledge. And that kind of knowledge is not about manipulating matter. Actually, think about it. Today, you have this latest article in the Scientific American where they're talking about Elon Musk's company. I can't remember the name, but they've managed to plant a chip in a human brain. And the idea is through the mind, a person can manipulate the chip to do different things. So human computer interface. And it's amazing. And it's called telepathy. But this skill also existed in the past, and there are many telepaths in this world who can do that without the use of a chip. But here comes someone powerful who's saying, I'll make it happen with a chip. So is telepathy in itself a mystical power, or something spiritual? If it was, then how can someone do it with a chip? So this recent spree of discoveries should really make you question, like, what is truly spiritual? If I had some money and some power and I can just replicate telepathy through a computer chip, then could it be that telepathy isn't a real spiritual thing? It's just subtle material power. Just like yogis can do telepathy, rich people can build machines that are telepathic. Just like another example, yogis can walk through stone. They can walk through a little rock, they can walk through it. But then you have all these big people with big machines that blow up holes in the mountains and make tunnels through which cars and highways and all. Like, I remember traveling from Canada. When you come from Canada to the US, there's an underwater tunnel you go through. So fascinating. Now, a yogi didn't need a tunnel, they could just walk through it. But ultimately, try and understand, it's just an attempt for matter to manipulate matter to control matter. And that should tell you that it's all material, and that what we need to focus on is something spiritual, then maybe it's something different. Unfortunately, today we confuse subtle material powers like yogic powers and all of these things, or Vedic scientific technology and all these things, as like spiritual, but they're not. This is just manipulation of matter. That's all there is to it.